Ivanka Trump, the daughter of former United States President Donald Trump, has often spoken about her efforts to balance work, family, and personal well-being, a theme that resonates deeply with the principles of mindfulness, a key aspect of Buddhist philosophy. While Ivanka has never explicitly stated that she practices mindfulness or meditation, her views on maintaining balance in life, her emphasis on mental health, and her desire to be present in her family life draw striking parallels to the concept of mindfulness. Isn't it intriguing how her modern approach to life aligns so closely with ancient wisdom? Let's dive deeper into Ivanka Trump's interest in these areas and analyze how her approach bears similarities to the core principles of mindfulness. Want to live more mindfully like Ivanka Trump? Subscribe to our channel for practical tips on balance, presence, and well-being. What is mindfulness? Its origins in Buddhism. Before delving further into Ivanka Trump's approach, it is important to understand what mindfulness truly means and where it originates. Mindfulness, often defined as the practice of being fully present and engaged in the moment without judgment, has its roots in Buddhist philosophy. The term mindfulness is derived from the Pali word sati, which means awareness, attention, and remembering. In Buddhism, mindfulness is one of the key components of the Noble Eightfold Path, which serves as a guide for ethical and mental development aimed at attaining enlightenment. Mindfulness, or Chan Neem in Vietnamese, involves cultivating a deep awareness of the present moment, observing thoughts and emotions without attachment or aversion. It is a practice that encourages individuals to experience life as it unfolds, rather than getting caught up in regrets about the past or worries about the future. The Buddha taught that by practicing mindfulness, one could develop a clear understanding of the nature of reality, reduce suffering, and ultimately achieve a state of inner peace and liberation. Over time, the practice of mindfulness has transcended its religious origins and found a place in secular settings around the world. Today, mindfulness is widely used as a tool for stress reduction, mental well-being, and personal growth. It has been embraced by psychologists, educators, and even business leaders as a way to enhance focus, resilience, and emotional intelligence. This broader, modern interpretation of mindfulness is what we often see reflected in the lives of public figures like Ivanka Trump, balancing work and life. One of the most prominent themes in Ivanka Trump's public life is her emphasis on the importance of balancing work and family. Ivanka, a successful businesswoman, mother, and former senior advisor to the president, has frequently highlighted the need for harmony between professional and personal responsibilities. In her book, Women Who Work: Rewriting the Rules for Success, Ivanka shares her experiences of juggling various roles, running her brand, advising her father during his presidency, and being a devoted mother to her 3 children. She emphasizes how striving for balance is not only important for career success but also crucial for leading a happy and fulfilling life. Doesn't this pursuit of balance echo something deeper, perhaps something timeless that has resonated across generations? The Buddhist concept of mindfulness teaches us to live in balance, to be fully aware of each aspect of our lives, and to treat each moment with respect and equal importance. Mindfulness isn't just about meditation, it's about fully experiencing everything we do, working with purpose, eating with intention, and being wholly present with loved ones. Ivanka's approach, her dedication to being present in every facet of her life, reflects this mindfulness philosophy. She has often shared her strategies for drawing boundaries between her professional life and family, prioritizing moments like family meals and bedtime routines, all ways to truly be there. Isn't it beautiful how these practices align with the core principles of mindfulness, creating a life that's balanced and harmonious? Ivanka's journey toward balancing work and life has not been without challenges. Imagine the pressures of being a public figure, a mother, and a business leader, all at the same time. How does one manage to find equilibrium amidst such chaos? Ivanka's openness about her struggles and the strategies she employs to maintain balance provides valuable insight for all of us. She often emphasizes that balance is not about perfection, rather, it is about making conscious choices each day that bring us closer to our values. This perspective is deeply reflective of mindfulness, which teaches us that balance is not static but a continuous, evolving practice. Each day, we make decisions that either bring us closer to or farther from harmony, and Ivanka's commitment to making those decisions with awareness is something we can all learn from. Moreover, Ivanka has discussed the importance of delegating tasks, setting priorities, and not being afraid to ask for help. This is a powerful reminder that mindfulness also involves knowing our limits and understanding that we cannot do everything alone. It involves recognizing when we need support and allowing ourselves to receive it without guilt. Isn't it liberating to acknowledge that we are not meant to carry all burdens by ourselves? Ivanka's approach to balance, embracing help, setting boundaries, and focusing on what truly matters, offers a practical application of mindfulness in the modern world. Commitment to mental health. Another significant theme that connects Ivanka Trump to mindfulness is her commitment to mental health and well-being. Time and again, Ivanka has spoken about the importance of caring for one's mind as a foundation for overall wellness. This focus on mental health, for herself and others, highlights her understanding of the inner world's importance. Something that resonates deeply with mindfulness teachings. In interviews, Ivanka talks about carving out time for introspection and mental wellness amidst a hectic schedule. Whether through moments of solitude, taking walks in nature, or disconnecting from the digital world, she believes that giving her mind space is essential. Doesn't this sound familiar? Although Ivanka may not explicitly mention meditation, her way of giving herself mental space, focusing on well-being, and prioritizing emotional health is a practice akin to mindfulness. It's about creating calm, finding balance, and cultivating awareness within. Mental health is often an overlooked aspect of success, especially in high-pressure environments. Ivanka's openness about her mental health journey and her emphasis on well-being challenge the traditional notions of success that often glorify overwork and burnout. She reminds us that true success is not just about external achievements but also about inner peace and happiness. Isn't this a message we all need to hear in today's fast-paced world? Mindfulness in Buddhist practice involves recognizing one's emotions without judgment, allowing oneself to experience feelings without being consumed by them. Isn't it remarkable how Ivanka's approach, being aware of her emotions, reflecting on her choices, and nurturing her mental health, demonstrates such mindfulness-like qualities? It's a reminder to all of us that true well-being starts from within. By simply being in tune with our own thoughts and emotions, Ivanka has also spoken about the importance of building resilience, especially when faced with challenges. Resilience, in the context of mindfulness, is about being able to navigate life's ups and downs with grace and strength. It's about acknowledging difficulties without letting them define us. Ivanka's focus on cultivating resilience through self-awareness, reflection, and intentional choices is a testament to her commitment to mental well-being. She often emphasizes that resilience is not about being unbreakable, rather, it is about being flexible and adaptable. Isn't this a powerful reminder that strength lies not in resistance but in our ability to bend without breaking? Being present with family. One of the most touching aspects of Ivanka Trump's approach is her focus on being present when spending time with her family. In various interviews, Ivanka emphasizes the importance of setting aside distractions and giving her full attention to her children. Despite her busy schedule, she makes it a point to engage in activities like bedtime stories, family dinners, and weekend outings, moments when work is completely put on hold. Isn't there something heartwarming about the dedication to truly being present with loved ones, especially in a world so often dominated by screens and notifications? The concept of being present is fundamental to mindfulness. In Buddhist mindfulness, it's about noticing the little things, the laughter of a child, the warmth of a hug, the scent of a home-cooked meal, and appreciating each moment without being lost in thoughts of the past or the future. Ivanka's focus on cherishing time with her family and immersing herself in those moments reflects these mindfulness values. She practices morning routines and bedtime rituals with her children, not as mere obligations, but as sacred moments that bring her closer to what truly matters. Isn't this what we all strive for, to create these precious, fleeting moments of presence that enrich our lives? Ivanka's approach to being present with her family also involves creating boundaries that protect family time. She has shared how she limits her use of technology during family moments, ensuring that her attention is fully on her loved ones. In a world where we are constantly connected, isn't it refreshing to hear about someone prioritizing genuine, uninterrupted connection? The act of setting boundaries is, in itself, an act of mindfulness. It is about recognizing what truly matters and making conscious choices to honor those priorities. Moreover, Ivanka's emphasis on creating family traditions, such as shared meals, weekend outings, or bedtime stories, highlights the importance of rituals in cultivating mindfulness. Rituals help us anchor ourselves in the present moment, providing a sense of stability and continuity amidst the chaos of daily life. Whether it's a simple family dinner or a special weekend activity, these rituals become opportunities to connect, reflect, and be fully present. Isn't it wonderful how something as simple as a bedtime story can become a profound expression of love and mindfulness? Mindfulness as a guiding philosophy. Ivanka Trump may not practice formal meditation or follow a Buddhist tradition, but her life reflects values closely aligned with mindfulness, balance, presence, introspection, and well-being. Whether as an author, entrepreneur, or advisor, she emphasizes intentionality in life, in business decisions, in raising children, and in being an aware individual. Her lifestyle serves as a testament to how mindfulness can transcend meditation and become an everyday practice. Isn't it fascinating how ancient teachings can find their way into modern, high-profile lives in such an organic way? Mindfulness isn't just for the meditation cushion, it's a way of living consciously and purposefully. From advocating work-life balance to focusing on mental health, Ivanka embodies principles rooted in mindfulness, though adapted to her own life. She speaks of reflection, grounding oneself, and finding joy in small things, values that resonate deeply with the teachings of mindfulness. Her practices show us that mindfulness doesn't have to be religious or spiritual, it can simply be a secular, intentional approach to living a balanced life. Isn't that versatility what makes mindfulness such a powerful guide for all of us? Ivanka's approach to mindfulness also involves a deep sense of gratitude. She often speaks about appreciating the small blessings in her life, whether it's the laughter of her children, the support of her family, or the opportunity to make a positive impact through her work. Gratitude is a core aspect of mindfulness, as it encourages us to focus on what we have rather than what we lack. By cultivating gratitude, Ivanka demonstrates an awareness of the present moment and an appreciation for the richness of her experiences. Isn't it inspiring to see how gratitude can transform our perspective, helping us find joy even in the simplest of moments? Mindfulness without meditation. Perhaps the most interesting aspect of Ivanka Trump's relationship with mindfulness is that she embraces the core values of mindfulness without the traditional practice of meditation. In a world where mindfulness is often equated solely with formal meditation, Ivanka's approach offers a fresh perspective. She focuses on being present, prioritizing what matters, and striving for balance, a form of mindfulness that is less about sitting in silence and more about cultivating awareness in a fast-paced environment. Isn't it empowering to know that mindfulness can be as flexible as we need it to be, that we can shape it to fit our own lives? Ivanka's lifestyle, disconnecting from technology, dedicating herself to her family, and finding meaning in everyday tasks, shows how mindfulness can be practiced without adhering to formal methods. It's an inspiration for anyone who wants to live more mindfully without necessarily following traditional practices. Mindfulness, after all, is about living with intention, something we can all strive for in our own unique ways. Mindfulness without meditation is an important concept, especially for those who may feel intimidated by the idea of formal practice. Ivanka's approach demonstrates that mindfulness is not confined to a specific method, rather, it is about cultivating awareness in whatever we do. Whether it's through spending quality time with family, taking a walk in nature, or simply pausing to take a deep breath, mindfulness can be integrated into our daily lives in countless ways. Isn't it comforting to know that we don't need to set aside hours of our day to experience the benefits of mindfulness? Instead, we can find moments of awareness throughout our day, just as Ivanka does, overcoming challenges with mindfulness. Ivanka Trump's journey has not been without challenges. From navigating the complexities of being a high-profile figure to managing the demands of motherhood and career, Ivanka has faced her share of obstacles. What stands out, however, is her ability to approach these challenges with a sense of mindfulness and resilience. She often speaks about the importance of staying grounded and maintaining perspective, even in the face of adversity. Isn't it fascinating how mindfulness can serve as a source of strength, helping us navigate life's challenges with grace? One of the ways Ivanka demonstrates mindfulness in overcoming challenges is through her emphasis on adaptability. Life is unpredictable, and challenges often arise when we least expect them. Ivanka's ability to adapt, to shift her focus, to find new solutions, and to remain open to change, is a reflection of her mindful approach. Mindfulness teaches us that change is a natural part of life, and our ability to flow with that change determines our well-being. Ivanka's willingness to adapt, to learn, and to grow in the face of challenges is a powerful reminder that mindfulness is not about avoiding difficulties but about facing them with awareness and resilience. Another aspect of Ivanka's mindful approach to challenges is her focus on self-compassion. She has spoken about the importance of being kind to oneself, especially during difficult times. Self-compassion is a fundamental aspect of mindfulness, as it encourages us to treat ourselves with the same kindness and understanding that we would offer a friend. Ivanka's emphasis on self-compassion serves as a reminder that we are all human, that we all make mistakes, and that it's okay to be gentle with ourselves. Isn't it comforting to know that we don't have to be perfect, that we can embrace our imperfections with kindness and acceptance? The role of mindfulness in leadership. Ivanka Trump's role as a leader, whether in business, government, or her own family, offers a unique perspective on how mindfulness can influence leadership. Leadership is often associated with qualities like strength, decisiveness, and authority, but Ivanka's approach highlights the importance of mindfulness in effective leadership. She emphasizes the value of empathy, listening, and being present with those she leads. Isn't it refreshing to consider that true leadership is not about commanding others but about connecting with them on a deeper level? Mindful leadership involves being fully present with those we lead, understanding their needs, and making decisions that are in alignment with our values. Ivanka's approach to leadership, whether in her business ventures or her advisory role, reflects these qualities. She speaks about the importance of understanding the perspectives of others, of being open to feedback, and of making decisions with intention. This is mindfulness in action, leading not from a place of ego but from a place of awareness and purpose. Ivanka also highlights the importance of leading by example. As a mother, she recognizes that her children learn not just from what she says but from what she does. By practicing mindfulness, by being present, by prioritizing balance, by nurturing her mental health, Ivanka sets an example for her children and for others. Isn't it powerful to consider that our actions, more than our words, have the ability to inspire those around us? Mindful leadership is about embodying the values we wish to see in others, and Ivanka's commitment to living mindfully is a testament to the power of leading by example. The impact of mindfulness on relationships. Relationships are at the heart of a meaningful life, and Ivanka Trump's approach to mindfulness extends to her relationships with others. Whether it's her relationship with her children, her spouse, or her colleagues, Ivanka emphasizes the importance of being fully present and engaged. In a world where we are often distracted by technology and overwhelmed by our to-do lists, isn't it refreshing to hear about the importance of genuine connection? Mindfulness teaches us that the quality of our relationships is determined by the quality of our presence. When we are fully present with another person, when we listen without judgment, when we engage with empathy, when we truly see and hear them, we create a deeper, more meaningful connection. Ivanka's emphasis on being present with her family, on setting aside distractions, and on creating moments of connection reflects these mindfulness principles. It's a reminder that our relationships flourish not through grand gestures but through the simple act of being fully present. Ivanka has also spoken about the importance of communication in her relationships. Mindful communication involves listening with an open heart, speaking with intention, and being aware of the impact of our words. Ivanka's focus on clear and compassionate communication is a reflection of her mindful approach to relationships. Isn't it powerful to consider that the way we communicate has the ability to either build bridges or create barriers? By practicing mindful communication, we can foster understanding, empathy, and connection in our relationships. Mindfulness in everyday life. One of the most inspiring aspects of Ivanka Trump's approach to mindfulness is her ability to integrate it into everyday life. Mindfulness is not just something we practice in moments of stillness, it is something we bring to every aspect of our lives. Ivanka demonstrates that mindfulness can be found in the ordinary moments, in preparing a meal, in spending time with loved ones, in taking a walk, or in simply pausing to take a deep breath. Isn't it beautiful to consider that every moment, no matter how mundane, has the potential to be an opportunity for mindfulness? Ivanka's emphasis on intentionality in everyday tasks is a reflection of her mindful approach. Whether it's through her morning routines, her family rituals, or her approach to work, Ivanka brings a sense of purpose and awareness to everything she does. This is the essence of mindfulness, living each moment with intention, being fully engaged in whatever we are doing, and finding meaning in the present. By embracing mindfulness in her daily life, Ivanka reminds us that mindfulness is not about what we do but about how we do it. Conclusion: while Ivanka Trump may not openly practice Buddhist meditation or explicitly identify with mindfulness, her approach to life, balancing work and family, emphasizing mental well-being, and being present with loved ones, demonstrates a strong alignment with the core principles of mindfulness. Isn't it amazing how these ancient teachings can find new life in today's modern world? Her focus on balance, presence, and awareness echoes the essence of mindfulness, living consciously and purposefully. Ivanka's approach reveals that mindfulness isn't limited to those who explicitly practice meditation or adhere to Buddhist teachings. Instead, it's a broader philosophy that anyone can embrace. By focusing on balance, awareness, and presence, Ivanka has shown that mindfulness can be a valuable guide for navigating the complexities of modern life, even for someone as busy and high-profile as she is. Her journey is a reminder to all of us, even in a fast-paced world, we can all benefit from living more mindfully. Are we ready to take a step back, breathe, and be fully present in our own lives? Mindfulness is not about perfection, it is about progress. It is about making conscious choices each day that bring us closer to our values, to our loved ones, and to ourselves. Ivanka Trump's approach to mindfulness, her focus on balance, mental health, presence, resilience, leadership, and relationships, offers a powerful example of how mindfulness can be integrated into every aspect of our lives. Her journey invites us to reflect on our own lives, to consider how we can bring more awareness, more presence, and more intention to our daily experiences. Isn't it time we all took a moment to breathe, to reflect, and to truly live?